You. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? You. Hey, what's up, Oscar? Microsoft has already won. You know, you got all these PlayStation dudes thinking that, well, I'm gonna go to PC. Well, the next platform they'll be picking up is the Xbox PC because it's gonna give them exactly what they want. Yeah, I know. Well, they do it purposely, Marco. That's why Microsoft is doing the Xbox PC. That's why they're doing it. Because they see that the market that's where it's leading to. These PlayStation fans, those hardcore ones might buy. They might potentially buy the PS6 for, you know, the loyalists, but hold on. But I think I can guarantee Microsoft might have a shift with this Xbox PC. They might have a shift, and this is a very dangerous console for PlayStation because if Microsoft is bringing out a Xbox-centric PC, then all these so-called ponies that are going to PC, well, guess what? Guess what you think they're going to pick up next? The Xbox PC. So, this is why it's dangerous, but we'll see depending on pricing and all that. We'll have to still wait on those things, but the potential of the Xbox PC is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I don't see these. I think you're going to catch a few loyal PlayStation fanboys still buying the PS6 maybe the first year, but I think as time goes on, people are going to pick up the Xbox PC instead because it's going to give them the best of both worlds. And I know PlayStation be like, well, if they do that, they'll just make sure they don't put their games on Steam. If PlayStation does that, that's just less money for them. So, and then you're just giving Microsoft a bigger market share on PC, which is what they want. So that's what I'm saying. PlayStation is actually in more trouble than people are alluding to. They're in more trouble. They're in way more trouble than people keep saying, because I'm telling people, man, once that Xbox PC comes out, and if it's reasonably priced, and if people see the benefits, Sony might say, okay, well, we don't want our exclusives. Yeah, they're already preparing. We don't want our exclusives dropping on Steam because Xbox gamers are going to have access to them. Well, guess what? That's less money for Sony. It is less money for them. Microsoft is coming in and trying to take a market share of PC that Sony is trying to do with the China Hero project. This is conflicting with everything that Sony wants to do. Sony wants to completely, reject their competitor without putting nothing on it and having that market share. But Microsoft's like, no, you're not gonna have that. We're gonna put Steam. We're gonna put these launchers on our Xbox PC. And if you don't want to do business with PC, then that's less money for you, which only means a much more market share for Microsoft. That's not what these fanboys are looking at. They're looking at, oh, the console. The console is not important, people. It's not important. It is not important. If they decide to not put games on Steam because Microsoft is going to have Steam accessibility, then that's less money for Sony. And then they're going to have to depend on their audience to buy their games, which we all know they really don't. So they're going to want to put those games elsewhere. Yeah, Microsoft is taking over. That's why they're presenting the Xbox PC. That's going to help them. Oh, they're not canceling that. These people are ridiculous. You talking about the leaks? I don't want to hear leaks no more. I'm tired of hearing these leaks. They're not canceling it. That's what I'm saying, man. These dudes are ridiculous, man. Like, all they do is fearmonger. I don't fall for these pony antics. People gotta understand as to why these people do these articles in the first place, because they want people to click on the article. No different than a YouTube video with clickbait. It's all the same concept. Yep, they already dominate on the software side, right? PlayStation doesn't matter. He's not correct. You don't know that. What has he been correct about? I've been correct about everything. I told people that PlayStation games will go to Xbox way like 10 years ago. What are you talking about? I've been right. I've been right every single time. I told y'all that Helldivers 2 would come. I literally told y'all. I told you people don't buy exclusives. Time and time again, we find that that's not true. That man hasn't been right about nothing. Y'all are stupid. Y'all literally take statements from unofficial people. That's what they do. Social media bros. Alright, grab that. These people just throw a bunch of random stuff out there, and then when something happens, then they're like, oh, it's my credit. No, I'm telling you legit what's gonna happen with these companies. Microsoft's gonna come in there and take a huge market share from PC. Tom Warren doesn't know what he's talking about. It means nothing. Who is Tom Warren? Nobody cares, bro. Like, y'all literally lying. Like, people are getting sick and tired of it. People are starting to see right through it, though. Like, you guys are still stuck in the Stone Age, man. Y'all still think this is about consoles. This is not about consoles, bro. Microsoft's going to come in there and take a huge market share from Sony. Sony's going to be making potentially less money just trying to compete with this new strategy. Bro, I don't care what he's... tell me what he's been credible about. I want to hear it. Then tell me. I don't want to hear about leaks. Tell me what he's been credible about. Tell me. What has he been credible about? Instead of just saying he's credible, tell me what he's actually been credible about. Like, that's the problem with the PlayStation community, man. They too busy trusting these dudes on Twitter, bro. Like, that's crazy. A lot of people, I'm hearing that Ghost of Yote sold pretty bad, actually. Yeah, I heard it sold really bad, really, really bad. I need to find some ammo. These PlayStation fanboys don't know nothing, Kino. All they do is fearmonger. Xbox is dead. Xbox is... Bro, they say the same talking points. It's predictable. And as you can notice, the same guy that said Tom Warren is credible can't even tell people where he's credible. Where is he credible? I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for his response. He told me Tom Warren is credible, and I told him provide something that he said that was credible, and he still hasn't replied. Thank you. You just proved my point. The man literally just proved my point, bro. Like, wow. He's credible. Provides no credibility to even back up his own argument. Who timed you on? I don't know. Oh, okay. No, let him talk. No, let him talk. No. Let him talk. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking. Yeah, let him talk. Let him talk. Well, that's not me. I said let him talk. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm going to give you a chance. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a chance. Go ahead, though. Don't worry about them. Worry about me. You're having a conversation with me. I didn't even know what happened. I just like, where'd he go? But now you got the opportunity, so make use of it. Make good use of it. Yo, what's up? It's like this, and it better not be the same talking points, bro. I'm already ready for every single thing you're gonna say. So, I already know. I know every single counter, bro. Because you guys are just predictable. Alright, so I will give Slayer a few minutes to type what he wants to type in regards to what he's saying. Actually, let me see. So I can get a fresh... Yeah, I want to see what he has to say. I'm actually kind of curious. I want to actually see what he has to say. Yep. They don't even realize the Xbox PC is going to take over, man. It's going to take over, and this is dangerous. Even if PlayStation decides not to put their games on Steam because of this, this is going to be less money for Sony. Microsoft is essentially backing Sony up into a wall. Then they're going to have to depend on their own audience to buy their own games, which we all know they don't do. I'm telling you, Sony will be going back to making AA games. They've already done it. Sony ain't making AAAs like they used to. They're not making AAAs. You're not telling me anything? Oh, really? Time them out. You did all this? You did all this? Really? And you're telling me to look something up? Time them out. There you go. I'm not wasting time with you, bro. I try to give you an opportunity. Yeah. I don't need to Google nothing. You're the one providing an argument. You're the one. Provide the argument. You told me where he's right, and I'm asking you to prove it. Like, that makes no sense. That's like being a lawyer and say, you know, my highness, this guy, he's innocent. Sir, do you have any proof of this? Look it up on Google. Bro, get him out of here, bro. Time him out. You lost all respect for me after that, bro. You lost all respect out of that, man. I'm sorry, bro. I don't respect that because you said you had actual proof. Your highness, my plaintiff, he's innocent because I looked it up on Google. Get the hell out of here for this crap, bro. I was actually trying to give this man a chance, bro. He came here with this crap? Come on, bro. Come on. No wonder he timed you out. He knew you was going to be stupid. I'm literally trying to get this man a chance to actually say what he had to say. Oh, but I can't prove it. So there you go. You just proved that it's a pony take. You just proved that you have no actual evidence or proof of where he's right. And what you're doing is trying to have a subjective claim based off a fanboy bias. So when I asked you, prove to me where he was right, you couldn't prove it. You just said he was right. The man ain't right about nothing. Xbox hardware is getting canceled. Yeah, it's getting canceled as soon as their next Xbox PC. You guys are ridiculous, bro. And anybody that believes these ponies, man, I really do feel for you, I really feel for them because these guys is ridiculous, bro. Microsoft just canceled their hardware right after the whole AMD. He said, what do you think the difference would be with the Xbox PC? I think the ROG is kind of... in all honesty, I think the ROG is an example. Yeah, I think it's an example as to what we should expect with the new Xbox handheld. At least from what I know, they're trying to merge the two markets together between console and PC. And I think this is their transition period of trying to transition the Xbox gamer within the PC infrastructure. I think that is the mindset. And then on top of that, expanded with cloud gaming and all that. So I think it will be very similar to what they're doing with the ROG. I think it's something similar, and as time goes on, they're going to have more Play Anywhere titles. I mean, the potential is endless. The potential of it is really good, what Microsoft is doing. Now, people are going to get mad. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to carry a physical library. I don't know. We'll see how that works. We'll see. If it's a hybrid between the two, Microsoft could potentially work around that, considering it has x86 architecture. So they could make that a reality. You know what I mean? We'll see, though. We'll see. I think it's going to be similar to what the ROG Ally is doing. And then some. And then you have Steam, good old games. You'll have all these launchers. So you'll essentially have a set-top box, right? And it'll have the freedom of an actual PC. So you'll have Steam on it, good old games, and you can just download and play what you want. You know what I mean? It's actually going to be good. And my whole thing is that you have all these PlayStation dudes that say, I'm just going to PC. Why go to PC? Pick up an Xbox PC instead. It's going to give you the experience that you actually want out of gaming. And I think that is where it's dangerous for Sony. Because Sony's going to have to double back and be like, hold on. If we got an Xbox PC, they don't even have to pay for online. Yeah, they might... Oh. Hold on. They might have to pay for games and services and stuff, but the Xbox PC might be the essential way of how people want to go about playing video games. I mean, it's essentially an Xbox PC. It's 2-in-1. It's a hybrid. I really think this is a good direction for Microsoft. I think it's unique. I think it's really going to kick off. I think it's really going to kick off very well, but we'll have to wait and see, because I think the price point is going to be the determining factor, though. We'll see about that. But yeah, and it should be a bunch of different Xboxes, like a Nova Xbox, one that Microsoft. It's going to be similar to what Sega did with all these brand manufacturers, and they're going to have different variations of I guess, quote unquote Xbox, if that makes sense. I think it's cool. I think it's good. I mean, honestly, with the direction of gaming is going, we need more freedom. You know what I mean? This is what people are complaining about. So I'm all for the freedom. I'm all for that. I'm all for, you know, being able to have access to my Series Z. We'll see. I think it's something. Well, I don't know if they're going to do that early on, right? But we'll see, though. I think that Microsoft, Steam, and good old game Ally, yeah, if the freedom is going to be endless, and the reason why I'm saying this is going to be dangerous for Sony, not because, well, I mean, the market is different. No, that's for console, though. Yeah. I think what I'm alluding to, I think I mean, at that point it is kind of like a hustle, but my whole thing is that I think once they merge PC and Xbox together, PC Game Pass is definitely going up. I could definitely see it going up to 20. That's for sure. It's definitely going back up to the original 20 that it once was. So Microsoft is trying to merge the two markets together. But I keep telling these dudes on PC that they think Microsoft's not going to raise it up on them, and they're going to raise it up again. They're going to raise it up on PC. Once they merge the two markets together, PC Game Pass is going up. PC Game Pass is most definitely going up. That's for sure. If they think that was the only price increase that they're getting, then these PC gamers, they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. But this is just to completely take over a market share that Sony's trying to go for with the China Hero project, with games going on PC. That's what Microsoft's coming in. But but what's really OEM though? I don't even consider PS5 and Xbox OEM. I don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that term OEM doesn't really make sense for these platforms. Maybe before, but it doesn't really make sense now in today's gaming demographic. A lot of these consoles don't even play like a traditional console would. Physical media, installation of the games. That's not a console. These were never console things. But we call it a console due to the fact that it's, I guess, restrictive in some ways. I mean, we install games. I mean, it's very much similar to how PC gaming was back then with the keys, with the license keys. It's the same concept. So I don't know. I don't even think it really matters. I think what matters is the software and the games and the services. And I think that's what Microsoft is going for. The hardware is the least, I think is the least of Microsoft's concern. And if people have to understand that if Xbox is going to completely destroy their console brand, then how they're going to make up for that $5 billion they made? Microsoft has to have a replacement, and they ain't going to make it on PlayStation. See, this is what people have to understand. If Microsoft is going to get rid of something, which I do think they're trying to transition their fans to PC, then you have to have a backup plan. Why would Microsoft throw, regardless of how little that is, 35 million subscribers away? Why would Microsoft do that? That makes no sense. No rational company would look at themselves and say, you know what? Let's cancel everything. Let's cancel Game Pass. Let's cancel the console gaming division. That means they'll be losing $5 billion a year that they could be making. That would make no sense. Because if Microsoft just completely shut down the console division, that is 6 million that they're losing every year. The only time a company will do that is if they have a better alternative. That's it. Microsoft is not, regardless of people saying it's not more. They're not canceling it. Now it's leaks. That's a leak. That's not, leaks is not evidence, bro. That's not evidence. Did he just make a whole nother account? Don't tell me he made a whole nother account. That's not evidence. Evidence is what Microsoft said, that we have a new console coming out, new hardware. That's evidence. Literally officially came out by Microsoft. That's legit evidence. You're talking about leaks, bro. The only thing you're leaking, oh, okay. The only thing that's leaking is brain fluid out of your head. To think that got canceled. You're stupid. You really think the Xbox PC got canceled? You're so stupid, bro. You're so stupid. Let me guess. Tom Warren said it. Clorbot. They say the same dudes. What's that? They say the same dudes' names. I don't even remember them because I don't even care. Tom Warren, Paul Tassi. Like, shut up. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing these people's names. Paul Tassi, Tom Warren. AGN don't know what he's talking about. AGN don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he does the same over his... Oh, okay. That's probably why you already knew. Paul Tassi. So you say okay, you just exposed it. All I have to do is Google it. Literally, Google never said it got canceled. There you go. Google even told you. What are we arguing? You told me to look it up, and Google told you it didn't get canceled. Bro, this is what I'm saying, man. Lay off the pony dust, bro. Lay off the pony dust, bro. Just lay off it, bro. You want to come in here and fearmonger and do all this crap for what? Just so you can be a fanboy, bruh? I can't believe he said, look, I can't believe I'm reading right. All you have to do is Google it, literally. Google and I never said it got canceled. So what are we talking about? Bruh, let me pin this. Let me pin this. You just said, right, that Tom Warren is always correct. Oh, you just said, I'm not covering anything because it's not official. I'm not covering no pony take. You're stupid, bro. I'm not covering no leak. I'm covering stuff that I actually know. Dummy. You think I'm going to be covering that? Something that's not legitimate? Because Tom Warren, Paul Tassi told me. Paul Tassi. Bruh, get up out of here, man. I can't believe this, man. I thought this dude... And then they went as far to say Google, and I never said it got canceled. So what are we arguing? No, we shall see. We already know. We ain't seeing nothing. We already know. Like, bruh, like this man telling me to use Google, and then Google told him, bruh, you know what, man? You told me to research it. That's what I'm saying, Steven. No company's doing that. None. They're going to have a replacement, and I'm telling you that Xbox PC is what they're going to push from now on. It's going to have the best of both worlds of their console division, and PC with the freedom. I'm assuming that they'll get rid of Game Pass Ultimate the way it is on console in favor of Game Pass on PC, but I could see Game Pass Ultimate on PC going up due to the fact that console gamers will be going on, essentially, right, with the hybrid. I can see it going up to 20, and then they'll probably raise it up to what Microsoft wants it to be, right? So that's what's gonna end up happening. This dude's out here fear mongering. We shall see what, bro. We don't need to see anything. We already know, bro. We already know. I think he got timed out, but he's not timed out now. I don't care. Let him talk. Let him talk. I don't care. Yeah, let him talk. What these ponies don't understand is that PlayStation don't get their money. They don't get their money from exclusives. They get their money from third-party games. People buying microtransactions. Them taxing every game that they sell, that's third-party that sells for 30%. That's why PlayStation is not confident in doing AAAs no more like they used to, because they lose money. The days of PlayStation pumping out games the way they was before is over. The only company that's really going to be pumping out AAAs, besides third party, is Microsoft. They will be pumping out AAAs. Microsoft's coming in and saying the market is weak right now. The market is the weakest it's ever been. This is where Microsoft can take over. While these ponies are so worried about the console, they're not worried about cloud streaming taking off. Y'all ain't worried about the cloud streaming. Y'all worried about, oh, well, we don't need an Airbox. Well, guess what? If people want to play Xbox games on a Fire Stick or a TV screen or a console or a ROG and all that, guess what? That is more money to them. That's what they're not understanding. That's why it only makes sense for Microsoft to go to Xbox PC direction. It only makes sense. Oh, it ain't OEM. It ain't OEM. Bro, it's actually a better Xbox. I don't get it. I really don't get these fools, bro. They're really upset that Xbox as a brand is going to be far better now than it's ever been. Sony also. But I'm saying, but they don't have the games, though. They don't have the games. Microsoft's coming in there with the name recognition, the Call of Duties. Those are the games people are going to want to play on the cloud. Ain't nobody going to want to play no Last of Us on no cloud. But yeah, you are right. Sony is trying to do that, but it's not going to work out for them. Nintendo has a better chance doing it. Nintendo has a better chance at doing cloud gaming than Sony. Sony don't have the games. That's the problem. And on top of that, their games don't come out quick enough. Microsoft is pumping out the most games, which is very important for a streaming service. Sony don't have the games. You think people are going to pay for a streaming service on PlayStation waiting 5 to 6 years to play Ghost of Yotei? They're not doing it. They're going to be like, damn, I'm paying $20 a year or whatever for PlayStation streaming and I'm not even getting a game every 5 years? You have to have a constant flow of content, and only Microsoft is able to do that. They went from 50 to 75 games, even with the $30 price tag of Game Pass Ultimate. You need to have the games. If you don't have the games, then you can't do a subscription service. You can't. You have to have a steady flow. And that's and that's Sony's problem. Oh, but Sony, they can pay for Sony don't have the money to pay for third-party games on their service, but Microsoft do. That's what people are not understanding. That cloud stuff is gonna destroy Sony. Everybody on phone, Fire Stick, console, PC is gonna be playing Xbox. You know, PlayStation's success is only temporary. Nobody cares. Listen, I hate to be this person, Zed. Asian third party. But check this out, though. Check this out, though, right? Microsoft's got that new game from Game Freak coming out, right? They got that new game from Game Freak, right? What I'm saying, PlayStation ain't got that coming to their service. And also, too, the Asian market is not really that dominant. Yeah, Black Myth, Wukong. I mean, they get a few gems. The Chinese market. But not much. They don't get it like that, guys. Y'all know. The problem is, though, Toxic, they could do it. But the problem is, Call of Duty's just too big. It's just too big. Nobody want to hear that. Several insiders, bro, that don't know what they talking about. You mean several ponies claim next-gen Xbox consoles up in here. Bro, nobody's listening to you, bro. PlayStation Pony insiders. When they mean insiders, they mean ponies. These dudes is ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. Several insiders with no proof. Bro. Yo, listen, man. I can't. These dudes, they're something else. It's like they want Xbox to die so bad, but it will never happen. You got all these PlayStation dudes talking about, I'm going to just go to PC. Well, then you might want to pick up an Xbox PC because Microsoft is giving you a PC. They're giving you a set-top box PC. That's something that these ponies don't even realize. Hold on. I said I was going to PC. Yes. Microsoft is making an Xbox PC. Yes. My PlayStation games will also be on this Xbox PC. Yes. Why don't I just get an Xbox? These fanboys, I'm telling you, they're still going to buy the PlayStation. Well, Puerto Rock and all those dudes, they're still going to buy it even if they see the writing on the wall because they're ponies to the end. They're going to realize when they pick up that PlayStation 6 and they're going to see how much things are far better on the Xbox PC, and then they're going to sit there and say to themselves, why didn't I just pick this up? Watch. I can guarantee that happening. They're going to look so stupid buying a PlayStation 6, waiting 5 to 6 years for games. Microsoft's going to be pumping out all these games through their service while they have nothing. They're going to be taking over PC. They're going to be taking over the live streaming, cloud streaming. Sony won't have a pot to piss in. They won't. Oh, let me look at the chat. Thank you. Everyone talk about everybody. No Yote. That's facts. That's facts. They're not even talking about Ghost of Yote, bro. I'm hearing that Ghost of Yote did not sell very well. But we'll see how time goes. We'll see how time goes with that game. I heard it didn't even sell that well. These dudes is bonkers, man. They are absolutely bonkers. They don't realize that Microsoft is taking over, bro. They are taking over, bro. And when this new Xbox PC comes out, I'm telling you, it's going to be dangerous. Sony might say, man, we might not put games on Steam. If Sony don't put games on Steam, how are they going to appeal to that market in China the way they wanted? This is the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell people. This is what's conflicting with Sony. Everybody's focusing on the hardware. It is bigger than the hardware. PlayStation wants to distribute their games while avoiding Microsoft and Nintendo at the, well, I mean, things are changing. But they want to make sure that they can distribute their games without giving up that sense of power. Microsoft is like, okay, we see what you're doing. We'll make an Xbox PC. We'll turn our console audience into PC gamers. We'll be able to have access to your games anyway. And people say, well, if Xbox does that, then we won't put the games on Steam. If Sony don't put the games on Steam, then how are they going to appeal to the Chinese market? You big dummy. These ponies are so stupid. What do you think is the whole point? Bro, I'm going to break it down. What do you think is the whole point of the China Hero Project? It is not to sell hardware. It is to put PlayStation games on PC so they can make money in those markets. How are you going to make money in those markets when they don't even buy consoles, you dumbass? These people are so stupid. Oh, but Sony, they trying to do China Hero China. How are you going to do the China Hero Project if they can't buy consoles? The only way you're going to be able to cater to them is by putting games on Steam, which will also be available on Xbox. That's the only way. Come on, bro. These people, like, bro, I'm starting to think these people are just mentally unstable. I'm like, how did they not know this? How did they not know this? Is beyond crazy. Exactly. And we already know no business wants to make less money on anything that they do. They want to make maximize as much profit as they can. Essentially what Sony dudes are saying, well, Sony would rather... Oh, I think there's people on this side. Oh. What they expected, oh, Sony would rather do to their sense of pride, they would rather just not put the game. Bro, no company's doing this. None. None. Oh, snap. Is this dude's base? Holy crap. Wow. Oh, no. This can't be his base, bro. Oh, no. I was about to say. So I guess everybody's up on this part. Okay, that's fine. I was trying to look for some action in this game. But it's like, these dudes is dumb. Oh, PlayStation just gonna remove games. PlayStation is just gonna do this. PlayStation is just... Why would PlayStation do any of this? Why would they remove games off Steam if they're trying to put games for the Chinese market? You're not gonna be able to get to them by avoiding Xbox. This is what Microsoft is doing. They got them in a chokehold. That's what Microsoft's got Sony. They got them in a chokehold. No matter what decision Sony makes, Microsoft wins. That's what people don't understand. You cannot avoid Microsoft. Oh, Stellar Blade is coming to Xbox. Stellar Blade is most definitely coming to Xbox. It's coming. Stellar Blade? Oh, it's coming. That's coming to Xbox. And I mean, it's coming regardless. That's what people have to understand. This is why Sony says, okay, we're going to put games on Xbox, PC, and Nintendo. Because they know the games is coming anyway. The games is already coming. Why gatekeep something? They're going to be available through Xbox anyway, through Steam. You might as well sell it to these dummies on Xbox. Not knowing that, you might as well sell it to... Why would they allow... For example, it's a market share. Why would you be like, okay, why would you let these Steam users just access a game they've already paid for when you could put that game on a whole new audience and sell it to them to make the money? Why would you want them accessing your game on Steam when you can make more money if you just sell it to them? That's why Microsoft said, we put it on Steam, we put it on us, we put it on Nintendo, we put on our own stuff, we put it on, we want to put our games everywhere. That's why Nintendo, Sony's like, yeah, we got to do the same. We got to do the same. We got to put games on PC. We try to get the Chinese market. We're trying to tap into these markets of regions that are not really familiar with gaming, and the only way Sony's able to reach that is through PC. And of course, Microsoft looks at Sony as a threat with that reason in mind, but that's where Microsoft is coming. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're going to, which is already going to be accessed through the new Xbox anyway. At the end of the day, guys, the culture war is over. It's already over. I don't know why people keep fighting about this. That's what I'm saying. It's mobile and gaming. Mobile gaming and PC. Exactly. And how are they going to be able to capitalize on that market by having, oh, we're going to gatekeep our games on Steam? They're not going to do that. PlayStation is not going to do that. Just so they can avoid Xbox? They're not going to do that, guys. And any PlayStation fan that thinks that Sony would take less money just because they don't want people playing on the Xbox PC through Steam is absolutely asinine. The proof is already there. Microsoft already gave you the test. The Xbox handheld. That is the tease right there. That's the teaser. That's the teaser. And the fact that you can play PlayStation games on it already just shows you that that vision is going to be a full reality. It's a test. It's a teaser. It's a teaser. So for all these people complaining, oh, Sony gonna gatekeep, Sony gonna do this, I'm telling you, Sony ain't gonna do nothing but allow it. Matter of fact, they might as well say, here, here, Microsoft, put these games on your ecosystem. Matter of fact, they might even put some games through their subscription service. I mean, they already did with MLB. Why not? Why not do it for some other games? Microsoft give us a check at front, like, hey, Sony, we would have put Stellar Blade. Let's say, I don't know if it's gonna be that game, but let's use it as an example. Hey, can we put Stellar Blade on the Game Pass, man? The sales kind of slowed up on PlayStation. Yeah, man, we'll give you like 20 mil. Is that fine, Sony? Yeah, because that's probably more than what people would have bought it for anyway. Yeah, we'll give you 20 million, but you got to keep it on here for a few months. Okay, Microsoft, and there you go. That's it, just to keep their audience happy. And I can see Microsoft doing the same. Microsoft is doing the same. They got their own games on PlayStation. They're all working together. Microsoft and Sony are working together. They're not trying to take, like Microsoft said, we're not trying to out-console Sony. We're not trying to do that because Microsoft understands that that's not good for business and that's not good for gaming. What's good for the industry is keeping them both around and having them both excel at things that they do. Microsoft don't want to out-console Sony. They don't. Microsoft don't want Sony out of here. They don't. Because having Sony out of gaming is bad because that's less games for the general audience. The problem with Sony is not the games, it's the fact that people don't buy them. Yeah. Oh, they thought they were getting every game. Well, think about it. Microsoft is setting it up. Think about it. Think about it for a second, guys. Right? Microsoft is already setting it up. They gave think about how they doing it. They gave PlayStation Forza Horizon 5, right? I can see, that's what I'm saying. That's how you know these games are coming. They gave them Forza Horizon 5, right? That's to tease them. You see PlayStation Gamer? And then you have people like Porter Rock. I don't know why Xbox keep putting their name on everything on PlayStation. Every time you buy an Xbox game on PlayStation, they got they studios, Game Pass on it. You know why? Because Microsoft is saying you can get this and then some on Xbox. That's what they're saying. That's what Microsoft is saying. They're saying, hey, you like this? You come to Xbox, you get it better. Why would I make a video on something that's not gonna happen? Slayer, just admit you're a PlayStation fanboy, bro. You're a PlayStation fanboy, bro. Because then you have to take in consideration, where is Microsoft going to replace these users? That makes no sense. Like I've said before, Microsoft will transition the Xbox gamer into the Xbox PC. That, like I said, that's more of an argument. But to completely think that Microsoft will abandon $5 billion a year, right? Maybe even double if people actually go forward with that $30 a month. You would be a fool to think that Microsoft, no company would abandon that. Yo, Slay, you want to talk in a party chat? You on PlayStation, right? You want to talk? We can actually, let's have a discussion. You want to have an actual debate? I'll invite you on PSN. Let's go. We'll have an actual debate. You want to have an actual debate? I'll invite you. Come on. What's your PSN? We can actually discuss it. It'll probably be better. It'll probably be more entertaining anyway. You want to actually have a discussion? I mean, I'm playing Dead Side. I don't really have to focus on this game. So, I mean, I can have this discussion with you. This game, there's really nothing really much going on. Wow, they did that. Wow. So that's what I'm saying. These dudes is crazy, bro. They can't even keep it video game, and they got to do all this crazy stuff. That's crazy. Wow. Yes. Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Essentially, what the whole labeling of that is to say, hey, you know what you're missing out on, huh? You might as well want that experience. But see, but the problem is with PlayStation is the fact that when they do that, most people be like, well, I still don't want the PlayStation. These PlayStation dudes, they love Xbox games, man. They'll sit there and say, oh, we don't like them. Xbox has no games, but then they buy them on PS5. Microsoft is tempting their users. Hey, man, you know you like Xbox, right? Come on Xbox, you get all that for $30. You get those games. You're gonna get all those games on the Xbox PC, man. You know, you're gonna get all of them. You know, they talking to them like a bunch of crackheads. You know, you got the ponies luring their head out of the stables. You know, they're like, what? What's that? Microsoft? Yeah, shots fired, literally. You know, what's going on here? You know, you like those carrots, don't you, horsey? Yeah, they good carrots. They good carrots. Yeah, you like them? Well, if you go on Xbox, you get more of them. You get more carrots. Just $30 a month. You get all the carrots you can eat from Xbox. Oh, that sounds like a really good deal. Yeah. You got Microsoft. You got Phil Spencer talking to the other stables horses. You know, I'm telling you. You know, but I like exclusives, everybody. But you're starving here, pony. Patting him on his stomach. You're starving here, pony. You're waiting 5 to 6 years for games. You're starving. You're anorexic. You used to be beautiful. Now you out here looking like the donkey from Shrek. You're not like you used to be. Yeah, you know, trying to convince these ponies. Yeah, you kind of right, Microsoft. I might have to come to the Xbox. It's not like y'all don't got the games that I don't want, and I'm playing Call of Duty on the PS5 anyway. I might as well save me some money. Yeah, pony. We got a whole basket of carrots for you to eat. from Call of Duty. Ooh, yummy. Then you got it for, ooh, yummy. Gears E-Day, Gears Reloaded, Forza Horizon 6, Tide exclusive. Ooh, yummy. And you don't even have to pay a dime besides $30 a month now. Those are all $70 a pop. Potentially going up to an 80 to 100. Yeah, you know what? I might as well get it. I might as well get the Airbox. You right, Microsoft. It's not all about exclusives, buddy. It's not all about exclusives. We're here to feed everybody. But you get fed better when you're on Airbox. No, I'm just trolling. I'm just Yeah, exactly. They might, the loyal ones. Yo, let me see what dude said. He said, more seed than more crime from meltdowns. I want to thank Xbox. Nah, do you want to talk, Slayer? Slayer, bruh. Do you want to have a conversation? He'll probably make one as soon as he buys the handheld, Toxic. No, but I want to have a conversation with dude. I actually want to talk to him. Is he still here? I want to talk to him. You want Slayer? Alright, let me put it in the chat. Oh, never mind. He was timed out. He wasn't gonna join anyway. They always say that. They always act like I said. Ooh, I always invite them for a debate, but they never want to join. They say they have PlayStations, but yet for some reason they talk about I use Discord. I'm like, yo, y'all don't jump in PlayStation parties? Wow, that just shows you that PlayStation ain't really that great after all. If you're out here using a different app to communicate now, and you're out here doing things besides out of your conformities of a PlayStation. You think so? That Slayer's D-Batch? That's him? It's stuff to put in air, but it's just a PC with an Xbox skin. It's not going to move the needle. Yo, Dirk Rickety is funny as yo, Dirk Rickety. Yo, he was, bro, it ain't going to move the needle. It's just a PC with an Xbox skin. You fools. It's not going to move the needle. Hey, yo, bro, when I see listen out, bro, I be laughing, bro. That's the funny thing. It ain't going to move the needle. Yo, the way these dudes talk is funny, bro. It ain't gonna move the needle. Oh man, I'm like, move the needle. What are these dudes talking about? Oh man. Oh, yep. But I'm telling you, PlayStation games are coming to Xbox. I don't know, but kind of sounds like him. Yo, Dirk Riggedy, he did a good impersonation of him, man. I heard somebody told me that Turboverse is acted out again. Is he? I actually like the Turbo, man. I don't know what happened to dude, man. I really don't know, man. That's what these PlayStation fanboys want. They don't want you guys enjoying your console. Xbox, there's still a lot to enjoy with it. Yeah, even with the price increase of Game Pass Ultimate, there's still a lot to enjoy with Xbox. You know, it came to a point where Kid Smooth didn't think he was getting Black Myth Wukong. He didn't think he was getting Final Fantasy 16. He didn't think he was getting Final Fantasy 7. And what did I tell y'all? Y'all remember, I told people those games were coming. I told people, Baldur's Gate 3, all this whole fear-mongering. Xbox not going to get these games. Series S is holding it back. Series S is doing this and that. Xbox is dead for the 200,000 times that we've heard it. And look what happened. All those games came. And I'm telling you, Spider-Man's coming. All of them are coming, bruh. They coming. They coming regardless. They're coming to the Xbox, man. And Nintendo. I told people that PlayStation will put their PS4 equivalent games on the Switch too. I've told people this. It's happening, man. It's going to happen, man. And when it does, bruh. When it does, bro, these dudes are going to be mad, man. They are going to be mad. I heard Stellar Blade's coming. I think possibly next year, actually. I think it's coming to Xbox next year. But we'll see, though. There's definitely a PlayStation game coming, for sure. I think next year, yeah. I just don't know which particular one. I don't know how they want to strategize it and how they want to get the game to sell. But I know a PlayStation game's coming next year. So, We'll see if it drops on Switch too. I think the reason why because people say, well, Gamester, you said that PlayStation's going to put games on Nintendo, which they have. They put it on Switch 1. Why haven't they put more games on Switch 2, Gamester? Because people are going to ask, right? Because I've said that they would. The only thing is that Sony wants the Switch 2 to be more popular. So I don't think they're going to put it right away. But when the Switch 2's hardware sales go up, hopefully GTA 6 don't destroy the damn thing, they're going to put games on it. They're going to put games on the Switch 2 as well. But I think Sony wants to have a higher install base before they do that. Yeah, the Sony multiplayer job listings show that. I think the reason why Sony hasn't put the games there yet is mostly due to the fact that they want the hardware sales to go up, is what it is. They want the hardware sales, essentially when the Switch 2 is in its, once that people buy, hopefully Grand Theft Auto 6 does not destroy it, but, hopefully the Switch 2 does well, sells well, like according to the Switch 1, then we'll start seeing PlayStation games drop. I think that's the reason why we don't see Xbox games on it yet, because the install base is just too small for right now, because it just launched. So, yeah, it's exactly, like right now. So they want to be able to market this game to at least 20 million people, at least. I don't know, honestly, Zero, I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think the Switch 2 is gonna hold up. This is my this is my prediction. I don't think it's gonna hold up, man. I'ma keep it a buck. Because my whole thing is this, right? Anything can happen. This is just a prediction. This is not me saying whatever. But, right, let me just say this real quick. The Switch 1, let's not forget, when it came out, there was nothing like it. There was no PC handhelds. There was nothing. It was the first portable device. And on top of that, the Wii U was a flop. And the Switch 1 was a successor to the 3DS. Right? So hear what I'm saying. Just hear what I'm saying. Just say it like I see your point, Gamester. Right? So the Switch 1 was a successor to the 3DS, which, if you think about it, is a huge graphics bump. Not in regards to home console with the Wii U, but with the 3DS, it was a huge graphical bump. We all can agree with that. Nintendo has always been successful with portables, right? It was also reasonably priced, right? So there's a few factors that we got going on already, right? There's a few factors. On top of that, it didn't compete with its own model. And what I mean by that is that people or parents or whoever, they're going to look at the Switch 2 and be like, that's a premium product. That's not a product that a lot of people are going to buy for their kids. Because it has the same screens. Joy-Cons feel similar. Like I said, a lot of the games that they got coming are not even on the cartridge. So physical game collectors don't even want it. It has a lot of wrongs. People don't understand it. That the online is worse. It's coming into the generation with a lot of things that the Switch 1 didn't really suffer with. And that might throw people off. You know what I'm saying? And I think the game key card put the nail in the coffin. That put it in the coffin, in my personal opinion. And even though Switch 2 might have good quality exclusives, I think people are still comfortable playing on a Switch 1 with Animal Crossing, Smash Bros, and all that, especially if that's all Nintendo's trying to re-release with upgrades. I told people this. I said the Switch 2 ain't gonna be nothing but a PS5 with upgrades to 60 FPS with the Switch 2. I said that, and look what happened. We got Tears of Kingdom, Mario Party, Jarumbo, freaking all these ports that they had on Switch, and they're just re-releasing them on Switch 2. I've told people this. And that's what's going on. And I don't think the Switch 2 is coming in with a lot of steam. Let's not forget, it launched with a new Legend of Zelda. It launched with a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? It had Legend of Zelda, Breath of Wild, even though it was on Wii U. But it had Breath of Wild. It had, let me see, what had not Tears of Kingdom. What's that? Mario Kart 8, which a lot of people didn't play on the Wii U. A lot of people didn't play it. It just came out at a time that I think was right. You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why the Switch 2 is not going to do well. And on top of that, you got competing handhelds that are also as reasonably priced. And then two, the Switch 2. I feel like the Switch 2, if it was priced at $300, it would have been a success. It would have been a success. But the fact that it's priced at $500 is going to definitely... People are definitely not going to buy it. I feel like a lot of the fanboys bought it early on, trying to rekindle that Switch 1 love. But I could already see the hype dying out, man. I already see it, man. I could already see it. Cyberpunk is not going to drive people to these systems. Red Dead Redemption 2, which would be nice on Switch, is not going to drive people to these consoles, to the Switch 2. They're third party. They're games that people have already played. Street Fighter 6 people have already played. That is not going to drive people to the Nintendo Switch 2. The only thing that people say that drives people to the Switch 2 is exclusives. You know what I mean? I think it's bigger than that. Honestly, I think to me, it was a whole package deal. And then the fact that the game's on a game key card is that might have been the final nail in the coffin, guys. That might have been the nail right there. So, like I said, only time will tell. And then GTA 6, and then you got a lot of big games coming out next year. A lot of huge games. And I know people ain't gonna be putting down GTA 6 for no Switch 2, regardless of how good their exclusive games are. So we'll see. It's not even gonna sell close to Switch 1. Not even close. Unless they drop the price and unless they do some things. Their accessories are expensive. The game output is not the same. Like I said, game key cards. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know how Nintendo's going to turn this around. The only thing I can see Nintendo doing is I'm hearing they're going to up the price, but dropping the price would be better for Nintendo in that situation, especially with the hype going on with Xbox and GTA 6 on PS5. It's just like, I don't know how Nintendo's going to expand on that market, especially if people have already been content with the Switch 1. I feel like I'm going to compare it to a situation of a company, right? What Nintendo is in is no different than how the Wii was to the Wii U. The situation that Nintendo's in with the Switch 2 is no different than PS2 going to PS3. You know what I mean? Yeah, PlayStation 3 has a Blu-ray player. It has backwards compatible 1 and 2. But nobody was comfortable paying $600 for that, especially with the lackluster library of games. You guys got to remember, Nintendo's online is worse than the PS3, bruh. How does Nintendo have worse online than a PS3? Their online is worse. How do you have worse online? It makes no sense. Literally. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. None. Absolutely no sense. Yep. None. Romance missions for the whole game. It's gonna be something stupid. It's gonna be something dumb. Who's are you talking about MBG? Bro, these dudes is ridiculous, bro. They still going off these leaks? Oh my goodness. They still going off these damn leaks, bro. Come on, man. Really? They still going off these damn leaks, bro. What is wrong with these people? GTA 250p. Wow. Mom, pickles, bro. Wow. Wow. Ponies are a disgrace. They do too much. They do way too much. And the shareholders demand more profit. Yep. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Game, like I said, gaming to everybody's getting is getting bad. It's getting bad for everybody. Everybody. It's getting bad for every single person, and it's sad, you know. But like I said, hopefully, I mean, I can't even say hopefully. I already kind of know gaming is just done. It's just done. You know, they put too much faith into these platforms, man. And these platforms, they're just, like I said, even for Xbox, I mean, it's like, damn, bro. They really ruining this hobby, but I don't think there's anything we could do. Fortnite, these games are just, these are the games that people want. And like I said, I know when Microsoft did that whole Game Pass Ultimate price increase, they thought about the casual first. I played State of K too. That was actually pretty good. I did actually like that. Yeah, I did actually like that. Let me see. Would you like if Steam made a console? I mean, Steam would be nice. I mean, they try to do one with the Steam machine, but I just think at the time the market wasn't ready for that. I think, honestly, if they come out with one now, I mean, it might do, it could probably work now. Exactly. Well, they think everybody's unsubscriber from Xbox, and if anything, they mostly just downgraded their service. They didn't remove it. They want people to think that, oh, I canceled it and all this, and have Microsoft. Bro, I guarantee probably less than 20,000 people did it. They ain't even that many people watching their videos, and they thinking the whole world, 30 million canceled their subscription. You'd be surprised. Most of them probably accepted it. I'm just saying, that's just how it is. But I'm gonna come on later, guys. I mean, Deadside's kind of boring me right now, so I'll definitely, I got a video for you guys later today, so hopefully you guys will like that. It's a pretty good one too. All right, take care, everybody. It was nice talking to everybody. Peace out.